Okay, mixed and little changed. The S&P 500 increased by 0.2% in a volatile session in which the benchmark traded between 0.3% decline and 1.6% gain. The Nasdaq was unchanged. The Dow Jones gained 0.2%. Russell 2000 lost 0.3%, also feeding intraday gains. Intraday highs were largely mechanical in the sense that the market tried to rally from an oversold condition, although some attributed good earnings news from the likes of Microsoft and T-Mobile as an influential factor. The whole earnings picture, when considering reactions and guidance, was somewhat mixed, though Google and Boeing both struggled following their reports, while Texas Instruments issued downside Q2 guidance. The S&P 500 communications sector lost 2.6%. The S&P communication sector was easily the worst performing sector as weakness in Alphabet spread over to Meta platforms ahead of its earnings report after they close, and the bleeding continued into Netflix. So let's see what some of those stocks are doing. And right now, let's see XPS. We saw, it closed 0.2. Book is up 18.98% in this post-market session. It seems the earnings were good. Okay, let's see what's saying here. Okay, US market closed mostly flat in a volatile day of trading as investors awaited Facebook's earnings. The Dow Jones, Meta shared mixed results in the first quarter as its earnings per share fell 17.9% from the same period last year to $2.72, but beat analyst expectations, while its revenue rose 6.6% but fell short of analyst forecast of $27.9 billion. The company also reported 4% increase in daily active users across the board after reporting a loss of 1 million Facebook users in the fourth quarter. Shares of Meta fell 3.32% in regular trading but surged upwards more than 15% after the bell following the release. Microsoft stock rose 4.81%. Visa gained 6.46%. Okay, yes, Facebook's earnings were better than expected, even though they didn't absolutely meet expectations. Okay, so S&P 500. Okay, yes, we've seen. Okay, let's look at Netflix as well. Netflix is down 1.41%, sorry, up 1.41%. Okay. So conversely, the information technology, materials and energy sectors each gained roughly 1.5%. The performance of the heavily weighted technology sector overshadowed an underlying negative bias in the broader market. Declining issues outpaced advancing issues at both the NYSE and Nasdaq. Besides the mixed earnings picture, buying conviction was restrained by global growth concerns, the inability for the market to sustain a rebound rally, and weakening technical factors. Elsewhere, the Treasury market saw modest selling pressure after 2 days of gains. The 2-year yield increased 2 basis points to 2.57%, and the 10-year increased 5 basis points to 2.82%. The US dollar rose 0.7% to 0.7% to 102.97. WTI crude futures rose 0.3% or $0.33 to $101.75 per barrel. Okay, and much more. So we are, amongst other things, we are seeing that Facebook is up 19% and increasing further. Okay, so moving on now, let's have a look at these stocks, the other stocks, the many stocks we want to have a look at. So yes, the gain for Facebook is 18.7%. VIVK it gained 113.45%, down 6% in this post-market session. And why did it spike? Let's find out. Okay, VIVK said that Wednesday that it has secured a 10-year contract with asphalt material supplier Hot Oil Transport. The contract stipulates that Hot Oil Transport in turn supplies to Southwest Liquid Asphalt and Emulsions, a supplier of polymerized asphalt in southern Nevada. Okay, so based on current asphalt prices, the contract may be worth up to $250 million over its life if VIVK's Vernal, Utah factory can ramp up and operate at full capacity. The company said the contract could generate between $25 million and $30 million in annual sales once the project reaches full capacity. Okay, that's amongst other things why it rallied. Okay, let's see here. It's not optionable and it's a penny stock. 80.439 million shares crossed the tape. Okay, VIVK stock gained 113.45%. So let's look at AFIB. AFIB, Ekes Medical Inc. gained 36%. It's a penny stock. I think its earnings, it had delivered its earnings outcomes, I think. Okay, the company is an Arithmia. It's an arrhythmia management company focused on improving the way cardiac arrhythmias are diagnosed and treated announced today it will release its first quarter 2022 financial results on Thursday, May 12, 2022, in conjunction with the release. Akutos will host a conference call and webcast that day at 1:30 p.m. Okay. Okay, so it's going to the earnings outcomes are coming up. It's also penny. It's optionable. It's a penny stock that is optionable. 72 million shares crossed the tape. Okay, let's look at OST. Austin Technology Group. It's down 8.98%. It ran up a huge gain, more than 300%. It's just debuted today. Today is its first full trading session, and for some reason the gain is not printed here, but we can see what's going on here. Okay, it debuted at $4 and reached 42.22 before the market closed. So you do the maths, that is more than 10 times. Let's calculate that gain. 42 minus 4 is 38 divided by 4. 42 minus 4 is 38 divided by 4 is 9.5 times 100, so 950% gain. That's what it gained, 950%. So let's find out what the news is. Yes, it was halted severally. It was halted severally. It's a penny. It was a penny stock, and I think it also has a low float as well. Has a low float, and I believe the market makers or the investors still have the option of buying up to 500,000 of its shares before Friday the 29th. So a lot could happen before then. Okay, let's see. 2.143 million shares across the tape. It's not optionable at the moment. Maybe be optionable as time goes on, and it's holding up support. It's just support there at that $3, that's $8, and momentum. But all in all, momentum is flat. But RSI is indicating some strength there. It's indicating that there isn't a whole lot of sellers involved in this stock at the moment. Maybe they haven't discovered it yet. Austin Technology Group gained 950% down, so it's okay. Call it now. It has lost. The gain is now around 40% if you factor in this 8.98% loss. Okay, let's look at LCFY. LCFY is Locafi Limited, down 7.6%. Also halted at some point. It's a penny stock. Yes. 6.347 million shares across the tape, but there isn't really any news there. It's down 7.67% in this post-market session. Momentum is flat. RSI is also flat. Okay. Okay, let's look at COSM. The stock was on the move in the pre-market session. Yes, it pretty much lost. I'm not sure. Probably lost much of what it gained in that pre-market session. And you can see that pre-market gainer. Okay, what did it gain in the pre-market? It gained 94%, so it lost up to 60% of all it gained in the pre-market session. There wasn't any other news concerning the stock. It's 44.676 million shares across the tape. it's an indication that sellers definitely got involved. Short sellers maybe, or people who own positions there, just quickly cashed in their gains. So COSM Holdings gained 33.96%, but in the pre-market session it gained up to 94%. Okay, so let's look at a TPST. It gained. Tempest Therapeutics gained at 30.08%, and in this post-market it has gained at 30.91. What is the news? Okay, it says Tempest Therapeutics to raise $15 million via private financing. Okay, and market participants cheered that news. It's a penny stock, not optionable. 9.586 million shares across the tape. Okay, let's see. The next one is CPHC. Canterbury Park Holdings. It gained 22.24%. and is up 3.28% in this post-market session. What was the news? There isn't any news. Okay, 39,000 roughly, call it 40,000 shares have crossed the tape so far. Not a lot. And RSI is very, very strong, has been strong all throughout this post-market session, but momentum is flat. It's just an indication that buyers are not buying, sellers are equally not selling. Buyers are not buying, but what is certain is that sellers are not selling. They are not in control of what's going on. The last piece of trade or whatever it is behind this price is definitely the hand of buyers, based on what the RSI is indicating. It's just indicating there isn't any activity at the moment. That's why the momentum is flat. But sellers are not in charge. Buyers are the ones who probably placed the last bit of transaction concerning the stock. So let's look at INKT. Okay, Mink Therapeutics, it's gained 15.25 but down 2.72 now. Penny stock. Okay, what's the news? It says reported its first quarter 2022 results and business update. Okay, the company is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company pioneering the discovery, development, and commercialization of allogenic, off-the-shelf, invariant natural killer T-cell therapies to treat cancer and other immune-mediated diseases. Announced it will release its first quarter 2022 results and business update before the market opens on Tuesday, May the 10th, 2022. The financial report and an update on business progress will be released through a press release on online distribution networks and available on the investor sector of the company's website. Okay, so it's not optionable, only a very small number of shares across the tape. So let's return to Facebook. Okay, up 17.46%. Optionable, no doubt. Let's get the news again. Let's remind ourselves what the news was. Okay, Meta Platforms Inc. surprised Wall Street with a profit beat, and Facebook returning to user growth, although Meta forecast a conservative revenue outlook for the current quarter. Its stock rose 19% in this post-market session. Meta's profit soundly beat Wall Street targets of $2.72 per share, compared with an average analyst estimate of $2.56 according to IBS data from Refinitiv. The earnings beat were tempered by Meta recording its slowest revenue growth in a decade. Facebook daily active users, a key metric for advertisers that indicates activity on the platform, were 1.96 billion, slightly higher than their estimated 9.5 billion according to IBS data from Refinitiv. Monthly active users came in at 2.94 billion, missing Wall Street estimate by 13 million. Meta has lost about half of its value since the start of the year, after a dismal February earnings report when Facebook's daily active users declined for the first time and forecast a gloomy quarter, blaming factors including Apple's privacy changes and increased competition from platforms like ByteDance's TikTok. It's good news that Meta somehow managed to eke out growth in daily active users. It needed to show some sort of turnaround from last quarter's performance, Insider Intelligence analyst Deborah Williamson said. However, growth in monthly active users is slowing quickly. A few quarters ago, it could count on developing markets to keep the growth engine going, but it's likely that even these high growth opportunities are starting to dry up, she said. Total revenue, the bulk of which comes from ad sales, rose 7% to $27.91 billion in the first quarter, but missed analyst estimate of $28.2 billion according to IBS data from Refinitiv. Net income fell 21% to $7.47 billion in the first quarter, but beat analyst estimate of $7.15 billion according to Refinitiv. Meta forecast second quarter revenue between $28 billion and $30 billion. Analysts on average were expecting current quarter revenue of $30.63 billion. The company said its outlook reflected factors including the war in Ukraine. It also said it was monitoring the potential impact of regulatory moves in Europe. Russia banned Facebook and Instagram in March, finding Meta guilty of extreme activity amid Moscow's crackdown on social media during its invasion of Ukraine. Meta's messaging service WhatsApp is not affected by the ban. Meta has also barred advertisers in Russia from creating and running ads anywhere in the world. Recent earnings reports from Google parent Alphabet and Snap Inc. have signaled the impact of the global economic turmoil on digital ad spending amid rising inflation and geopolitical uncertainty. Meta lowered its expected 2022 total revenue to $87 billion and $92 billion, down from its prior outlook of $90 billion to $95 billion. Meta saw quarterly revenue of $605 million for its Reality Labs hardware division, which is home to its augmented and virtual reality efforts. It reported $3 billion in losses from operations from these metaverse ambitions. The company has warned it will take billions of dollars and multiple years to realize its aims around building the metaverse, futuristic idea of virtual environments where users can work, socialize, and play. Okay, so Meta shares currently up 17.49%. Okay, so how did I make out today? Well, I today was okay. I was just mostly concerned. I concerned myself mostly with the S&P, scalping and and managing my losses and managing my gains. That's how it was today for me. And You made 600 on Facebook. Puts, oh wow, puts to oh wow, oh well, okay, well, oh, I can imagine. They were down. It was the stock was down before during the regular session. I guess it closed down, but it's. Did you've gotten out already? I guess. Yeah, because right now you can see what is up 17.4%. Yeah, very good. You're really good with your options, man. Well, yeah, lucky you, man. You're out because right now it's the reverse is now the case. Let's have a look and see what the options on Facebook. Okay, they don't even look that expensive. Okay, these are the ones that are expiring on the 5th of these ones are the ones that see them. Okay, this the 29th. These ones are expiring on Friday. I mean, obviously, since they are going to expire, yes, they must have lost. They must have decayed a lot, so the prices are not looking that bad. Yeah. Well, this is some of them they don't have. Okay, this is a good one. Not that the spread is not that bad, but yeah, look at that, 200 calls. Okay, let's have a look at the top movers and have an idea. You must have started early because eventually some of them we are seeing them. They are eventually ended up negative. The calls. Sorry, the puts. Oh, sorry. I don't have the puts here. Then you get the puts. Okay, yeah. See the puts. Top gainers. Yeah. The 237 gained 145%. Oh wow, 20k this month. Oh man, you are good. You need to publish your techniques, man. You need to publish it, man. We need to know how you're doing this. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's you have to be neat to win it. Yes, yeah, that's basically what you're doing. You have to, yeah, you just take the bull by the horn, and if it pays off, good. If it doesn't, then you wipe your nose and move on. You know. Okay, I'm afraid I have to sign out. I think there's a good chance I'm going to be live again tomorrow, hopefully. Tomorrow and during the day, during the regular session. Yeah. It seems you definitely have okay, yeah, yeah. All right, yes. Thanks so much. See you all tomorrow. Thank you everybody for this. Don't forget to poop the like button. Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you, Paul, and have a good night.